Hey guys, let me show you how to spend 7 days in Ireland. I'll be taking you around Dublin, Belfast, Portadown, Enniskillen, and Galway. Hey guys, I am so excited. I just landed in Dublin for my first ever time in Ireland. So I arrived at the Trinity City Hotel at around 6:30 a.m. and I'm staying at the deluxe room with balcony, and it's a beautiful modern spacious bedroom. And what I liked is they actually gave like complimentary water, there's Nespresso machines, there's even like tea biscuits to go with your tea. And for example, in the washroom, you actually get like dental kits and shaving kit, which normally in other hotels I've been to, you have to request for it if they do have it. I like that here they just have it in your bathroom. They also surprised me with a Lily O'Brien's chocolate. And then the balcony is beautiful, overlooking the city. And one thing that surprised me is like the room is very modern, but outside and in the lobby, it actually feels like old historic classic feel. That's why I didn't expect the room to be very modern. So I had breakfast here this morning and it was quite an interesting breakfast spread. So they do have the typical like continental breakfast, but on top of that there's some really interesting things that stood out to me. One was having like cheese and charcuterie, but in that cheese and charcuterie there was also smoked mackerel, which obviously I had to try. And then there's a hot station area with your basic like scrambled eggs, bacon, even though theirs isn't like the normal American bacon. And then there's also sausage. But what's also unique is they have white or black pudding. So black pudding is basically like blood sausage. And white pudding is blood sausage without the blood. That's why it's white. And then they also have a pastry section with like Belgian waffles, pancakes, fresh croissants. So it's a really nice spread for breakfast. So I'm so excited. I'm here on a press trip with Tourism Ireland and I can't wait to show you guys what I'll be doing. Hey guys, so right now I'm here at the Trinity College and I will be doing the Trinity Trail Tour along with the Book of Kells experience. So all the flowers in this building are actually unique, so that's very interesting. So this is the Rose Garden, also known as the Breakup Garden. Yes, these benches have been known to be like the last date area when couples are breaking up. So the tour is 45 minutes and kind of highlights all the main spots in the campus, and it starts at the Parliament Square. You also learn quite a bit of fun facts. So for example, the Cranberries actually performed in the college, and also interestingly, I never knew that the Cranberries were Irish. And also like Oscar Wilde also studied in Trinity College, and they also point out which dormitory he stayed in. So basically a bunch of fun facts. So following the tour, you are brought to the Book of Kells experience. This one is self-guided. What's interesting about the museum is it shows you the 800 AD Book of Kells, which is a decorated copy of the four Gospels on the life of Christ. And then you're also brought to this long room where you get to see a beautiful globe of earth that's rotating. But underneath it, you get to see the oldest Irish harp that's still available. And this is actually the national insignia of Ireland. And it's the one that's here in the Guinness logo. And then another part of the Book of Kells experience is this other pavilion where it's more like a digital immersive version of the Book of Kells. Irish whiskey. So I'm here at the Pearse Lyons Distillery for a distillery tour and whiskey tasting. So the first one is aged in bourbon barrels. The second one here is aged in sherry cask.
That's pretty good. Which bottle was that?
Very smooth. Yeah, less burn than the first one. Sweeter as well.
The bottom right is the halfpenny, so the same blend.
Guys, this is so cool. This is the first time I've been in a distillery that's inside the church, and it's actually a historic church. So they actually can't do so many renovations unless something's broken already, and then they can replace it. But I love that they even have stained glass windows that represent the whiskey process. So awesome. Guys, and of course you have to do a Guinness tour while you're here. And I even have, that's why I brought this attire. I got this from a Toronto Guinness event when they had the cold brew Guinness. There's a long lineup, so you need to really book in advance. The Storehouse is massive. There's multiple floors with different experiences. The ground floor is where you get to learn about Guinness and the brewing process and stuff like that. But then other floors you get to one floor is all about dining and restaurants. One floor is where you can have a nice bar with beautiful views and you get to pour your own Guinness. And there's also one with your ticket where you get to have your face in a Guinness. I like how immersive this is. The lease you see right before you enter the museum is actually Arthur's lease, and it's a 9,000-year Guinness lease, and that's where the site of the Guinness brand is today, including the Storehouse. It's now to taste some Guinness. So here you get to smell 4 different scents of the brewing process, but then you'll also get to sample a small sample of Guinness Strong.
2, 3.
Slancha. This is so cool. So that is the harp, the iconic symbol for Guinness, but its replica is based out of the Brian Boru harp, which is in the Trinity College that I just visited and showed you during the tour. So I am here in the Stouty room, which is where you can have your face in a Guinness stout. So I just got my picture and now waiting to get my beer.
So you there?
Yep.
Lovely stuff. Do you record up there as maybe we'll see you again?
Hey guys, so this is so cool because it actually looks amazing how they printed the picture into the beer. It's actually like very clear, there's no like errors in it. But now it means it's time to drink myself. Cheers! So this is what it looks like if I have a long face. So I'm now heading up to the Gravity Bar. Look at the views. Beautiful space. Hey guys, I am so excited. I am here at the 1837 bar inside the Guinness Storehouse. This wasn't part of the initial plan going into it. I was just supposed to do the normal self-guided tour and experience. But I met with a person and she was like, let's see if I can get you into the restaurant and so that you can try some stuff as well being a foodie. And now I'm here. I'm excited to try stuff. So what's cool at this restaurant is they have a bunch of Guinness variations that you don't really find anywhere else. So this one here is the Guinness West Indies Porter. I've never heard of this before. And it's in a bottle, which is interesting. So let's try. Nice, so it still has that like stout taste, but it is like lighter than normal. I taste like caramel notes. So it's very, very refreshing, especially like a lot of people don't like stout because of its like bitter coffee taste. This one is much milder. I am so excited. I have a couple of things here, and what's unique about their menu is that almost all the dishes have something Guinness related to them. So for example, this chicken wings here, it has smoky barbecue Guinness sauce. And then I have here the Guinness chocolate mousse. I can't wait to try that for dessert. And then I also have this seafood pie. It has a bunch of seafood like smoked haddock, salmon, mussels, but it also has Guinness cream sauce. So I am very excited. I love a seafood pie. And then this is just regular Irish oysters because I love oysters. They're Clarenford oysters. So I'm gonna try the oysters first. They look so fresh. The shell is actually pretty interesting. It's pretty big and rich. I'm gonna try some lemon over it. So good. So fresh. And pretty sweet and creamy actually. Now I'm gonna try some with the mignonette. Just like a dab, because normally I honestly prefer eating oysters by itself so that you can taste its raw flavors. So now let's dig into the seafood pie. Oh, that's really, really good. It really reminds me of like, if you enjoy like seafood soup or seafood chowder, you would enjoy this. Because you do actually get like the cream is kind of like a chowder soupy consistency. And you have the mashed potato on top that kind of thickens the texture. And it's very tasty. I only taste a hint of Guinness, so it's still very, very creamy in flavor. I like that you actually taste the seafood in the sauce. It also comes with fresh salad. So pro tip, add the salad into the pie. It's actually really good. The bitterness of the arugula adds extra dimensions to the pie. So now it's time to dig into the chicken wings. Look at this. The wings is a little smaller inside than what I'm used to. I don't know, maybe just in North America it's bigger than normal. This is my first time having wings in Ireland, so maybe it's usually this size. Crispy, saucy, and you can taste the Guinness flavors here. It's very smoky, I like that. So the wings also comes with blue cheese sauce, so let's try. I love blue cheese. I normally get blue cheese over ranch. The blue cheese is really good. It's actually it tastes more legit than the blue cheese sauce you get in like North American wings places. It also has like a thicker consistency. Now it's time for dessert. Can't wait to dig in. I mostly got cream. Let me dig deeper. Oh, there's more now. Wow, this is good. Chocolate mousse is so creamy. And you do get the hint of Guinness. And I like that the chocolate mousse isn't that sweet either. So you get a nice, like, sweet and like coffee taste. Kind of like, if you're more into like dark chocolate but not too dark, this is amazing. Hey guys, so I'm here at Trinity City Hotel for dinner. And I'm starting off with a pan-roasted black tiger prawn. Let's try. It's plum, pretty sweet, and I like the garlic butter. Adds some dimension to it, but there's also sriracha aioli for the kick. So it comes with grilled sourdough. So what I'll do is dip it on the sauce so that it soaks up all the juicy goodness. So I am only in Dublin for a day. So now I'm heading to Dublin to Belfast. I'm at the Dublin Connolly station, taking the 8:50 a.m. train to Belfast with a transfer at Newry. The transfer bus that will take me from Newry to Belfast Lyons. Hey guys, so I have just made it to the Belfast Lyons place and now I'm walking towards my hotel. So I am checked in at the 10 Square Hotel. It's a 4-star hotel located in the Belfast city center. So here's a room tour. So I am noticing that the hotels here do give free water, and it's a nice simple layout. So here there's a bunch of Irish tea, instant hot chocolate, and speculoos. So I am now walking from the hotel all the way to Titanic Quarter. It's around a 35-minute walk, but I'm taking my time. It's gonna be like a leisure walk to see some of the sights and the streets and stuff while I get there. This is so cool. They actually made like a very beautiful pedestrian bridge that crosses the river. The best way to get to the Titanic Quarter. So that's what the pedestrian bridge looks like. It's actually like curving as well. So this is something cool for Game of Thrones fans. So they actually have this glass installation scattered across the riverfront, and it's called Glass of Thrones. And right here behind me is the iconic scene where Daenerys Targaryen just like blasts through with the dragon. Look how intricate the details are. This is the tender ship to the Titanic. Hey guys, so I'm currently here at the Titanic Hotel Belfast, and I'll be taking a tour with their head concierge, William. Because this hotel used to be the shipyard where the Titanic was built, so it would be amazing to see like how they've transformed that shipyard to what it is today.
So first off, you're very welcome to the Titanic Hotel.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little walk around and explain to you the runnings of the hotel itself. Then we're going to cover some history.
Okay.
as well.
How long have you been working here?
I'm here 7 years.
Okay.
So basically from the very start.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So what you've come into basically is the Titanic Hotel Belfast, which is situated inside the original headquarters of Harland Wolff Shipyard. This would have been their main headquarters. They also had small repair yards in Glasgow, Liverpool, London and Southampton, but this is the main place here in Belfast. Okay. So this office here that we're in is known as Drawn Office 1. Drawn Office 1 would have been the old naval architect's drawing office.
Okay.
Hotel terms, this would be our main function room. We have an adjacent bar area here, which services this room, and also a small kitchen in behind the scenes. We can seat 320 people here for all types of events. Glass involved in this building. Naval architects. This would have been to attain as much of Mother Nature's help as possible. When you're going over 100 years or so, light bulb strength may not have been as the same as we have today. So Mother Nature was asked to brighten up the room for the architects who were working here. Down in the right-hand corner, in history terms, there would have been an office there, which would have been the old secretarial office.
Okay.
Where we're standing now at the moment is the old back, the rear of the building, the back of the building. Where you came through these doors, they would have originally been a brick wall. This is the back of the building.
Okay.
The building's actually this way, coming in. I'll show you that shortly. What we have here is known as Drawn Office 2. Drawn Office 2, in hotel terms, this is our food and beverage area. Okay, so, again, as you can see, a lot of glass involved in this building here, which is a complete mirror of Drawn Office 1. This would be the costings office for everything to do with shipping. From as little as a rivet all the way through to the large engines, all of that would have taken place in this office here. Circumventing the bar area, we have our tiles. These tiles are from the same batch of tiles which would have been used on the Titanic swimming pool and Turkish baths.
Okay.
This is the favourite tiles from the White Star Line.
Wow. Okay.
Then we have a small clock behind the bar which comes from the Carpathia, the ship that picked up the survivors from the Titanic. That's our small clock. So this little room here is used for the likes of high teas.
Okay.
Small events, basically. It's a transit place also for weddings that are being held in Drawn Office 1. The room cleared to have it reset for their meals.
Okay.
They would come into here. So it's a multi-purpose room.
Yeah, okay.
Overspills for breakfast as well. Yeah, so very, very important room for us. This would have been a drawing office basically as well. This would have been where the supervisors, but its management would have stood in here. This is their area. All shipyards would have drawing offices. Some of it was called prefabricated, meaning they can move them around their various slipways. Here in Belfast, the magnitude of business that was necessary to have drawn offices such as Drawn Office 1, Drawn Office 2, where our bedrooms are on levels 1, 2 and 3, they were also very large technical drawing offices as well. The number of ships that travelled through this building was just over 1,727 ships.
Oh, okay.
So making it the biggest shipyard in the world at
Yeah,
one time,
okay.
and commonly known as a la carte of ships. That's why the order book was so high during the time of shipbuilding here, which we also use for little functions, little events to be held in them. So where we're coming down from a large office, we can also do various sizes as well. So this would be the old original senior management office. This is the boardroom. This is where all those major debates and arguments and so forth would have taken place in that large number of ships. This is a room that's single-handedly moved the maritime world on leaps and bounds. Constantly changing of ships, constantly moving forward would have happened in this room here. So the outside world actually owes this office here a very large pat on the back of constantly changing, constantly looking at the ship that you're on is number one, but you're looking at ship 5, constantly moving forward.
Okay.
Because of the Industrial Revolution changing quickly, shipbuilding was exactly the same. Always movement, always constant change, innovations, generally clever people, always thinking new ideas and so forth.
Okay.
Similar to your phone. You buy your phone on a Monday, it's out of date by Friday. Because things are changing so quick.
Yeah, that's true.
So the shipbuilding industry was just the same.
So this here is still the original floor Over 100 years old.
That's the photograph there of the great men there, Mr. Harland, Mr. Wolf. They're not just H&W on the cranes, like that exist. Also we have Mr. Wilson and Lord Parry, the gentleman with the beard. So this again is another room that we can come down from sizes. Basically we don't turn people away. We can facilitate different sizes and so forth. And then we spend a lot of time in decoration and so forth. Lord William Parry. In shipbuilding, he can only be described as it. There's nothing that he didn't know about shipbuilding. Thankfully, we had him here in Belfast and had him with Harland Wood Shipyard. Such was his knowledge of building ships. During the First World War, he was asked by the government to take over all the shipyards within the UK to benefit the war effort. So thankfully, we had him here in Belfast. And he's a gentleman who had the thinking and the ingenuity and the moving forward of the larger ships. Telling Mr. Harland, Mr. Wolf, the board of directors, that it's only a matter of time before ships get bigger. I want Belfast here to be physically ready for that move. That's a big ask. That's a lot of money. But they went for it. He wanted the largest dry dock in the world built. There's no orders for ships yet, but he wanted everything in place. So he gets his way. Mr. Thomas Andrews' office. Very senior person with Harland Wood Shipyard and also one of the chief designers with the Titanic itself. This is his personal office. This is the office he would have left behind when he went to the Titanic and perished on the Titanic. And unfortunately his body was never found. So this is his private office. This area here would be known as the original entrance to the building. Where you came into the hotel, that would have been a brick wall. That would have been the back of the building. So this is the actual front of the building here. This is the original entrance where only the likes of Mr. Harland, Mr. Wolf, the Lord Parrys of this world, Thomas Andrews, their friends, lords and ladies, kings and queens, of course the very important people of buying ships. This is their area to come in. No member of staff is allowed in here. See all the old original tiles on the right, which predate 1912. So this is the room that takes the emergency call. Tell Lord Parry the Titanic has struck an iceberg. So one young girl had to take the message here, take it down to the secretarial office, give it to the head secretary, then whom had to go and find Lord Parry. Then Lord Parry, with his people, come back to here, trying to find out what's going on, what is this and so forth. And that generally is what's known as when the balloon goes up. Everything comes out of this office. It's a very slow process of answers for Lord Parry, because of the time difference as well. It's not until the Carpathia, the ship that picks up the survivors from the Titanic, that word actually comes out properly. Before that, there's a lot of word coming back into Belfast here, which is not true, and also fed to the rest of the world, which is not right. We have a book within the building here. It's news reports, press covering of the time. One actually says that the Titanic has been secured, it's towed into Canada, everyone has survived. Now these are the extreme parts of the story, which cause chaos and cause as much upset as. So, but it all comes out of this office here. So this is a very historic and a very emotional office here.
So I just finished the tour. What a great way to learn about the Titanic, especially from the shipyard from which it is built. So now I'm here at the drawing office 2 for some lunch, and while I'm waiting for my food, I'm having a cappuccino. They really did an amazing job with the space. It is amazing, and all the natural light coming in. Since this is really such an historic area, because of the Titanic, it is such a great way to dine. So I am excited. I got 2 starters here. One is the Docker seafood chowder. I always love seafood, and being in Ireland, I feel like I need to keep trying more seafood. So this is interesting. It's a curry chowder, and they said they use Madras curry when I asked them. And it has smoked haddock, salmon, hake, which I'm not sure what it is, mussels and prawns with bread. So let's try. It seems very hot, so I'll try a small sample. Wow. Okay, it's actually not that hot. If you love curry, This is really good. So it's really having like curry soup. It has like a more liquidy consistency than a what I would normally think for a chowder, which I find is normally thicker, but this is in between like clear soup and thick chowder. But it's very flavorful. I really love the curry flavor. I'm also loving all the seafood that they put here. Very fresh seafood. So I also got their pork belly bites. I love pork belly, so this one has like soy sauce, honey, and sesame seeds. Look how fat this is. It's very tender but still crispy on the outside. Reminds me of like the chon kawali from the Philippines, except for the fact that the skin is not like deep fried. Very tasty. So another thing that I really like about this is normally like if you have honey or like soy sauce glazed on pork belly, it can become like either very sweet or very salty. This one is like a perfect balance. It's just the right amount and I love it. Guys, here it is, my fish and chips. Look how massive this is. So it is a homemade lagered battered haddock with chips, mushy peas, and tartar sauce. Look, bigger than my face. Let's try the chips. Let's try the fish. It is so soft. I love the batter. You can actually taste the lager as well. The fish is flaky, it's moist, and it's also juicy. So good. Now try the mushy peas. I feel like peas, like it's mushy peas. I'm gonna squeeze the grilled lemon now. Definitely add the lemon. So good. Reminds me of like the British style fish and chips. Amazing. I am here at the Titanic Belfast, said to be the world's most authentic retelling of the Titanic. So in the 19th century, Belfast is actually the linen capital of the world. So this is cool. There's actually a ride inside the museum, and I'm gonna do it. Wow, I did not expect the Titanic Museum to be so elaborate and extensive. It actually starts from Belfast shipyard and maritime history all the way to Titanic, and then all the way to the new technology of the underwater exploration to find the Titanic wreckage. I also love the fact that Titanic Hotel, I was able to get that tour of Harland and Wolff shipyard through the head concierge William. So I was also able to get a glimpse on that side and be able to tie it back with what was shown in the museum. Expect to spend at least an hour and a half in the Titanic Museum because there's so many things to see and there's some immersive stuff as well. And like I showed, there was also some sort of ride and you kind of need to wait for that as well. I think my favorite part is towards the end where they showed all of the factors that contributed to why the big tragedy of Titanic happened. Because like if all of those factors didn't come into play, maybe the tragedy could have been avoided. Like, even if they hit the iceberg, they may be able to have like done something to not end up that way. And I loved how for each factor that caused a tragedy, they also showed like what was fixed after going forward so that it will never happen again in future cruise ship. And I'm continuing my Titanic trail walk because I'm headed to the Titanic Distillers. What you see behind me here is the Mew light. Here's another Glass of Thrones installation. And here you see the HMS Caroline. So I'm here at the Titanic Distillers at Thompson Dock to do a distillery tour and whiskey tasting. Whiskey! So for the tasting, we got to try two things. One was their vodka, which surprisingly uses sugar beet for the grain, and it was pretty sweet and very easy to sip. And for the whiskey, it was like a blended whiskey mixed with like triple distilled one, a double distilled one, and a peated one. And for the last part, you get to choose between like a vodka cocktail or a whiskey cocktail, and I got the whiskey mango. Cheers! I had dinner at James Street tonight, and it is only a couple of minutes walk from my hotel. It is such a local hotspot there. The place was full and it was bustling and also loud so that I couldn't really like film myself talking during dinner. So it is super loud here. So I will just be like eating and like taking videos, but I will talk about my dinner after I leave. I had the crispy squid, which was nice and crispy and very delicious with the romesco sauce. Although I would have liked it more if they used baby squid, which is normally what I prefer for like crispy squid over like the thicker cut squid strips or squid rings. So I also tried their filet steak, which uses Irish beef from Tyrone County, which is in Northern Ireland. It was very tender, very flavorful and juicy, and I like that they char grilled the sides as well to give it more of that flavor. And you get to pick your sauce. I ended up just picking garlic butter because for me, if the steak is already really good, that's all you need. I didn't care for like the peppercorn sauce and other stuff like that. It also comes with a side of chips, which was nice and crispy. And they also have a nice selection of wine so that you can pair with your meal. Hey guys, so I am here with Phil and we're doing a food tour.
We are going to be having a dander, as we call it, around Belfast, eating and drinking our favourite things, some of my favourite things, and I hope they'll become your favourite things too.
I'm excited. And where are we at right now?
So we are right now in the historic Belfast City Hall, and this, if you've ever been to Durban in South Africa, you will see a replica of this as well, but it was ours first. And this was gifted to us as we are such a great city back in 1888. And this is kind of the centre of Belfast, so this is a great starting point for wherever we head from here.
Awesome.
Thanks. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we are here at Sora's in Belfast, and this is essentially like the Aladdin's Cave of food and drink in Belfast. We're going in here, we're going to be trying a range of some of our favourite local products. So we've got delicious butters, we've got delicious rapeseed oils, we've got some smoked salmon from about 6 miles up the road. So we're going to try all of that. But the brilliant thing about this is it's just so historic. It dates back to 1897.
Phil with the goods.
Yeah. So what we have here, we have some traditional Irish wheaten bread. We have some Abernethy butter with dulse, so seaweed in it. Then we have some Mike's Fancy Cheese, young buck cheese. We have some black butter, which is like a sort of, it nearly tastes like an apple pie, sort of preserve. We have some chili rapeseed oil, and then we have some Guinness cheese and some chili jam as well.
So excited to try.
Okay, so we're going to put some of the butter, and that's got the seaweed in it, and then a little bit of the black butter, which is not butter at all.
next stop is Mike's Fancy Cheese for a taste of Irish cheese and charcuterie. Mike makes Northern Ireland's first and only raw milk cheese, a blue cheese called Young Buck. Though the actual cheese facility is in New Townards, they have set up a cheese store in Belfast.
So we are heading now to Bacarry. This is when I was talking to you earlier about how different people from Northern Ireland who've moved away, travelled the world, and come home and started something that they've learned. This is the kind of place. So think of this as being like a Nordic bakery, but it's made by people from here. So we're going to come on in and try that.
But our breads are, so like I say, it's 75% of an organic grain from Italy, and then that's like strong bread flour into it. And it's also, I like it. I think we're working on it. Other people are starting to use it in Ireland, but at the moment we're the only people using it really. And it's all grown within 20 kilometres of the mill in Bologna, so that's nice. I like to know that it's coming from one spot to us, whereas a lot of the other companies are trading from you could be getting grain from all sorts of different places, Uzbekistan and Canada and Netherlands or whatever, which is fine, but I like that it's one spot with us. And then the other 25% of this one is grown in cabin. So the flour that goes into the cabin, it's a guy's brother is in Denmark growing Danish grain, and he has this idea that if we're able to grow it in Denmark, surely we can grow it in Ireland. So it's all these heritage varieties of Scandinavian grain that his brother is now growing in cabin. And again, we're about the first bakery to be getting stuff off him.
Trying some bread.
Want a cup of coffee? This one is technically called Vienna bread.
Okay.
Wiener bread in Icelandic, and but me and all the other foreigners in the bakery all used to just call it vanilla bread. Yeah. I thought that would be funny, but I'm sort of quickly learning that you should just name things exactly as they are in bakery settings. There's no point trying to apply something like the smoother here. It's just like 9 out of 10 times you just say cinnamon roll. You have to just say cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
So. Laminated pastry, like croissant dough. So then you get this little sugary center, and you have this caramelized on the outside.
We specialise in hot chocolate and also handmade chocolates, as you'll see here from the cabinet.
Okay.
You'll see all our handmade chocolates and ganaches. But we import our chocolate from Madagascar,
Okay.
and being in one of the top regions for producing cacao. So we make our chocolate from a shaved product where it's shaved down, and then lastly, as we always do, we always use full fat milk. Because of the richness and the full fat content, it blends really well with the chocolate, making a really nice, thick, creamy drink. But the key ingredient would be the cocoa butter. So we use a lot of cocoa butter in our product. Commercial chocolate, would you have an idea what percentage of chocolate would be in a commercial drink today?
Like 10 to 20.
Between 8 to 10%
okay.
chocolate. But then they also use a lot of granulated sugar, where we use raw cane sugar, and they would use a lot of like dry milk powders, where we don't use any of that. It's keep it really simple. Just 4 ingredients. You've got your chocolate, your cocoa butter, your raw cane sugar, and your salt, which makes our double award-winning hot chocolate drink.
Oh, perfect.
So we make our own marshmallow. So
okay.
I've give you a marshmallow here. Maybe if you want to dip it in or plop it in or eat it first, it's up to you.
Okay.
There's no real rule on how to eat a marshmallow at Desi's. But please feel free to take your drink. It's nice and hot, so don't let it spoil on you.
Okay,
Get it in
perfect.
there. One-fifth of a shot of alcohol per each liqueur. So one bag of liqueurs would measure out around about 2 shots of alcohol.
Okay.
These have a 3-layer. You have chocolate on the outside, you've got beeswax underneath the chocolate, and underneath the beeswax is a sugar igloo, which is injected with 0.5 of cast strength alcohol. So this one is 68% proof alcohol.
Okay.
And you'll notice when you hold the chocolate that it will not melt in your hand, because we use cocoa butter to make the chocolate product. Today, a lot of chocolate companies will subsidize the cocoa butter, and they'll use a palm oil or a vegetable oil, which helps doesn't help the chocolate when you hold it in your hand. You might notice that it melts very quickly. But with our chocolates, you can hold it in a warm fist, and it will not melt in your hand because we use real cocoa butter. Cocoa butter has a higher threshold of heat. So just pop it into your mouth and let it melt. And the chocolate will melt, coating the mouth with the chocolate. Then you've got the beeswax that will solidify the chocolate, and then you'll be met with a sugar igloo center, but you'll get that explosion of alcohol. So, roll for yourself, Phil.
Hey guys, so I am now here with a ride with Paul here, and where are we going?
Can I introduce myself, Raymond?
Yeah, yeah, introduce.
Hello guys, I'm Paul. I'm going to spend the day here with Raymond, and I'm a Belfast native. I absolutely love Belfast. And right now we're making our way to do some cider tasting and cider creating. We're also going to have some traditional Irish soda bread with apple chutney. I hope Raymond likes apples, because he's going to get a lot of it.
Tell me more about, like, why do you love Belfast?
Guys, do you want to know what? I'm born and bred in Belfast. I'm probably openly biased. There's nowhere else in the world I would rather be. But the people of Belfast, they're pretty cool, you know. But also, I'm not sure if Raymond can show you here. In Belfast, we're surrounded by beautiful hills and mountains. It's a beautiful landscape. We get a fair share of rain, so we get quite a lot of wet weather. And as a result of that, there we also have a lot of local produce, which is also really beautiful. So what I love most about Belfast is the food, the people, and the place.
Can't wait.
Raymond, how has your 24 hours been in Belfast?
Oh, it's been amazing. Yeah, like seeing the city is so beautiful. People are very friendly. And like you said, like going into the nature parks now looks so beautiful. I honestly wish I had more time to spend in Belfast, but that means I need to come back.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to convince Raymond not to go home.
Maybe I won't. We'll find out.
Well, I hope you don't drink too much cider and forget to go home.
Well, you'll be taking me around, so you make sure.
Yeah. I'm the responsible one today.
Yeah.
But you know what, Raymond, can I also give this opportunity to give my love to all the people in Toronto?
Yes.
Guys, love from
Toronto,
Belfast, guys.
Yeah.
To Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
Have a beautiful day.
And Toronto people, be sure to visit
Yes.
and call Paul.
Yes, call Paul. You better call Paul.
Yeah.
What makes the Orchard County different than every other county?
So the Orchard County, Armagh, is known as the Orchard County of Armagh, and that's purely because the acreage of apples that it has. It's about 6,000 acres of apple orchard in County Armagh alone. So that's why it's called the Orchard County, because there's so many apples here. But Armagh is renowned for the PGA apple. So I'm not sure if you've heard about the PGA status that has been awarded to the Bramley apple. So it's a protected geographical indicator that has been awarded to the Armagh Bramley apple by the European Union. So we're very, very lucky to have that awarded to the Bramley apple. You've other products there like Cumber potatoes and Lough Neagh eels as well would also have that status. But to have that awarded to the Bramley apple is the Armagh Bramley apple is huge. Now you will have other Bramley apples and the like of maybe the bottom of Ireland and over in England and Kent and one thing or another as well. But they don't have that status. That's what the Armagh Bramley has. So it's unique. It's unique to the Armagh Bramley apple.
Is there anything specific with like Armagh's geographic region that makes people grow the orchards here?
I think it's probably a lot to do with the terrain, the shelter and all that we have here as well, and also the soil, the clay soil that we have as well, which is also very good, fantastic for growing apples. And you will see that as we walk down through the orchard. You couldn't have picked a better time to come, because this is harvest.
Oh,
you know, this is what we work for all year round. So this is the best time of the year, you know, to come. Oh, we robin. There's robins here all the time, so it is. So as I said, it is the best time of the year to come to visit the orchards, and you'll see that as we walk down through the orchard. And I'm going to explain all of that to you as well, okay? So we are the McKeever family. We're third generation apple growers, and we grow primarily the Bramley apple. So Bramley. A lovely, sharp, crisp, fresh, clean apple. A wee bit like a Granny Smith. Okay, that lovely crispness coming through on it, okay? We also grow a selection of sweet apples here in the farm as well. Golden Delicious would be the main sweet apple that we grow, but we also have other sweet apples that we have here in the farm as well. And those apples, we'll press those and we turn those into our apple juice. So the apple juice here on the farm is completely natural. So no sugars, colours, waters, concentrates, nothing added. Only the apples from the trees, okay? Very much a family-run business here. So it's myself, husband Pat, and son Peter, who's out in one of the other outlying orchards. It is harvest. So we haven't started to harvest here at home. It'll probably be another fortnight before we harvest here, but they're in one of the other outlying orchards. We've over 100 acres here, so we have. So it'll take us about 6 to 8 weeks to get through our harvest. So it'll probably be the end of October, beginning of November, before we're finished our main harvest of the Bramley apple, okay? So, and Alana, you met Alana, daughter Alana there as well. So there's really only the four of us that runs everything here.
Oh, wow, okay.
The orchards, the cidery, just the four of us. The only time we employ is now, which is harvest time, when we're bringing in our fruit, and when we do our winter and our summer pruning. So the rest of the year, it's just us.
Okay.
All right. It did start here about 60 years ago, 65 years ago, and that was with Pat's father planting the very first mature trees here on the farm, and you'll see those as we walk down through the orchard. We've diversified quite a lot since that, so we've different plantations in place. So you're going to see a lovely dwarf system as well in the orchard, where the trees only grow about 4 to 5 feet tall. So you'll see that system. We also have a fruit wall system, so it's near enough like a vine system, the way they would grow the grapes in France. It's near enough like a hedgerow, where the trees are all near enough intertwined with one another, okay? It's away at the very, very bottom of the orchard. So you will see the mature trees, and you'll also see that dwarf system as well. And of course we have diversified a wee bit further now. We produce our own products. So we have our own hard ciders here, our apple juices and our apple cider vinegar. And of course we offer these lovely experiences now to people that come to visit us really from far and wide. You know, we have people that would be coming from America, New Zealand, Canada, France, Italy, really all over the world that's coming here to see what we do here on the farm. So it's lovely to be able to welcome people here to Longmeadow and let them see how everything operates here on the farm. All the experiences we lead are all family led. So it means when anybody comes here, it's us that they're meeting. So it means they're meeting the family, the farmer, the maker, the producer, all rolled into one.
That's awesome.
This is our 6,000 litre vessel tank. And from this tank, we can produce up to 1,500 litres of apple cider vinegar per day. That does contain that good living culture. So you can see it, it's like the jelly-like substance that you'll find within your bottle. Take your wee health shot. The secret with this, and just get it down, okay? Just knack it. Get it down.
Interesting.
Look at the juice just coming out of that. Look at the colour. It's a lovely, sharp, crisp, real bite to it. So come on ahead in. Smell that fruit.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. And look
That's
at your
a
breath.
nice smell.
Look at your breath. 4 degrees, you'll not stay in here for too long. What we want to do, we want to pick our fruit off the trees. We have a 2 to 3 day window to get our harvest in and to get these stores, to get a store filled. A store will hold about 350 bins. So you've that 2 to 3 day window to get them in quickly, get the temperature down, and get doors locked and sealed. Now we can do everything in-house. We have full traceability here from start to finish. So from the apple coming off the tree to the finished product in the bottle. We do everything here, okay? The bin of apples will be placed here. This is called the bin tipper. That tips the bin of apples up and pushes them out, okay? So the apples will come out and roll onto the sorting tray. Someone will be standing at that tray sorting fruit in case there's a bad apple has went through maybe leaves or branches or something, okay? From that they go into the bath where they're washed, just in water, nothing else. They go up the belt press and into the hammerhead press where they're completely mulched down. So the only thing that we want from the apple is the juice. So what you're left with, your skin, your stalk, your cores, your pips. That's what's called your apple waste, your apple pomace. But we're very sustainable here, as I said. We don't like wastage, we don't like dumping anything. We give that away to farmers for feeding. And we've another company here that takes the majority of it off us for renewable energy and anaerobic digesters. So when we're pressing the apples, so if it's the lovely sweet apples that we're pressing that you just saw there in the store, so if it's those that we're pressing, the apples will be pressed, they will be filtered, bottled, pasteurised, that's it. There's a 1500 litre and a 500 litre chilling tank. So the liquid's placed in here, it gets completely chilled down before we transfer them over here into the bottling line. So this is a 12-headed, fully automatic bottling line, and from this we can now bottle up to 1,000 bottles per hour, which is huge for us as a small family-run business. The bottles, as you can see, are placed on the belt, okay? The machine's turned on. It will feed the bottles in through the first part of the machine. If it's cider that we're making, they will be washed, the bottles will be washed, they'll be sterilised, and they'll be filled with the liquid, and they'll be capped in there as well, okay? Then move across into the second part of the machine and out here at the far end onto the little round table. Now, if it's apple juice that we're making, it'll go through the same process, only they're not capped here, they're capped over there because it's a different lid. It's a different lid. So they're over here in this other part of the machine where their lids are put on. So as I said, they come out in the wee round table. We lift those by hand and place them into the baskets. See the wee wire baskets sitting about? We then lift those baskets by forklift and place them here into the pasteuriser. So they're in the pasteuriser for 15 minutes at 75 degrees. So when they come out, they're hot, they're roasting hot. We have to allow for those to cool before we can put labels on, before we can put them into trays and wrap them, and then that's product good to go to customers. 65 years ago, so it was Pat's father planted these. So you can see around the outskirts of your tree is the Bramley apple. That Bramley apple that I cut there for you. Look at the size of some of those apples. Like look in here, Raymond, look at that. You know what I mean? They are huge. You're twisting. Twist, and pull down. As you twist, there. So you're pulling down as you twist, okay? Right.
First time.
Taste it, and let me see what you think of it.
Very sweet.
It's absolutely delicious.
Bite.
Delicious. We've got our barn finished, completely finished now. May 23, we got it finished. So you can see there's a lot of wood in this room. So we wanted to keep this room very much fitting with the orchard and the setting that it's in. So we didn't want to commercialise it in any one way. So that's how old that griddle is. That's the traditional cast iron griddle. So this is myself with Mummy.
It's all look brilliant.
Mummy's 93 and still bakes her own bread. She's amazing.
And there's the griddle.
And there's the griddle.
Yeah.
This is Alana that you met up in the yard. This is her youngest daughter, Nuala, and then we've Patricia here and we've Katrina as well. So that's the women. Soda bread, self-raising flour we have here. Now, I know there's not a lot of places. You can't even get this in Scotland. I only knew that recently. So, if you can't get it, what we would use, or what you can use, is plain flour and a wee level teaspoon of baking soda. So you see the way you're getting a lovely wee crust there? Yep. So you're just flipping those over.
driving, bringing house and stuff like that.
So good with butter.
Yeah, so number 1 on your wee taste card is the medium cider. Okay, so that's lovely and crisp and fresh. It has, do you remember at the very start I explained to you, it has 60% of the Bromley apple in it, so you're getting that lovely bite. So what the apple that you tasted, that flavour coming through is what you're getting here in this one, okay? So a lovely, crisp, fresh, clean taste. So it's a smoother, softer taste to this one. It wouldn't be as crisp as your medium cider, so there wouldn't be the mix of that Bromley apple in it that what was in the medium cider, okay? So this one here, slightly sweeter, is very, very different. Now this would be our oak aged cider, so this is the one that's matured in the whiskey barrels, okay? It would be a 2-year-old cider. So you're going to see when this one's poured, it's a lot more darker in colour, it's more golden, and that's because the colour has been pulled out of the oak barrels that it's matured in. So remember, fermentation's about 2 to 3 months. We mature this in the barrels for another 12 to 18 months. So it's nearly 2 years of age by the time we get it bottled. So it's lovely and dry. We class this one as our sipping cider.
5.5.
5.5. But a lot drier. A lot drier.
Okay, yes.
It's the driest one that we have. This one is rhubarb and honey. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The 2 flavours are rhubarb and honey and blackcurrant. These 2 here, they were 4%, so it says 4% in the card, but they're now down to 3.4, and that's purely because of that duty rate. Lovely and light, very easily drank, very lemonade-like. And because they're so lemonade-like, they're very dangerous. Because you would think you're having a glass of lemonade.
Excuse my language here, because that there of all looks really gorgeous.
Oh wow, yeah. It tastes like just drinking juice.
This would be one of our best sellers. Again, another flavoured cider, but you're getting that blackcurrant coming through in this one. Again, 3.4%, very light, very easily drank, very dangerous. Okay, but you will see the colour when this one's poured out.
Smell the berry.
Isn't it gorgeous? That's the blackcurrant. Really, really lovely, that one.
Hey guys, so I am checked in at the beautiful Keely Heavlin Resort in Enniskillen. Wow, look at this room. And the views. Also, the washroom has a tub. And there's also a separate shower. Very nice. This is the view from my balcony. So awesome. So I am here for dinner at the Lakeside Bar and Grill inside the Keely Heavlin Hotel, and it actually has like very beautiful views of the lake while you're dining here. So I have a couple of things. The first is this red wine from Chile from the Errázuriz estate. And to start, I got this shredded duck confit. It's served Bellini style, so there's like pancake over here, there's some potato chips, and then there's a dollop of ice cream. Can't wait to try it. I'm gonna try the duck first. Very tender. Very flavorful. Pancake is good too. I like that it soaked up all the juices from the duck. So tasty. And then let's try the chip with the sour cream and some duck. So I have here the salmon and baby spinach ballotine. So it's actually wrapped with Parma ham as well, and it looks amazing. So there's also like potatoes here, asparagus, mushy peas, and carrots. Then there's some sauce, lemon and tarragon cream. So let's try. The salmon is very nice. The Parma ham adds a bit of like saltiness, but then it gets balanced out by the lemon and tarragon sauce. So good. Yeah, I'm gonna try this potato. Okay, so it's basically like a thick cut potato. Let's try. I like that the sides are crispy. It goes really well with the sauce. So I have here the prawn fritter. It was supposed to be in my dish, and they forgot about it, I guess. But I remember seeing it on the menu, so I did ask like whether was I supposed to get a prawn fritter. Maybe they don't include it anymore, but it turns out they do. So let's try. Very nice. I like the batter that they use. It's light, it doesn't take over the shrimp, and it's very crispy. So good. Personally, I would want more than one fritter, but I'm not complaining. So for their cheesecake for dessert, they actually have like seasonal flavors. So when I asked what they had, it was sticky toffee pudding, which really intrigued me because I love sticky toffee pudding. If it was like a regular cheesecake, I probably wouldn't have gotten dessert anymore, but I was very curious to try. So here it is. That's good. It really feels like you're eating sticky toffee pudding. So if you love that, you will enjoy this. Hey guys, so today I am taking a quick breakfast at the Killyhevlin Hotel, and then I'm taking a bus from the Enniskillen bus station all the way to Galway with a transfer in Sligo. So my quick breakfast here, I have some croissants and cheese, and here I have sausage, bacon. So the bacon in Ireland in general, I've noticed, it's not the typical like American bacon. They actually use like cured back bacon. And then I have like eggs, mushrooms, and some potatoes. It's going to be a hearty breakfast because I won't be arriving Galway until like after 2 p.m. I have arrived at the Sligo bus station, and now I need to transfer to the Bus 64 Expressway to Galway. Hey guys, I am here on the last leg of my Ireland road trip here in Galway. Galway is a harbour city in Ireland's west coast and is part of the Wild Atlantic Way route. Hey guys, so I am here at Rubin, and it's a casual restaurant and bar, but it's one of the best restaurants here in Galway, and they actually were also awarded the best casual dining in Ireland by the Irish Times, so I'm so excited. So they actually gave some complimentary bread here. Let's dip it with the olive oil and balsamic. Bread is so fresh. Love the olive oil. So I also got myself the Flaggy Shore Dainty Oysters. Like Ireland is known for oysters, and in Galway I'll be doing the oyster festival, so it makes sense for me to try as many oysters as I can. Cheers! So sweet, so creamy. They did put like Bloody Mary sauce on it, which I would prefer not to have it, but because I'm not a big fan of Bloody Mary personally, but it did give a nice tomato spicy kick. So their wine menu is also quite interesting. They actually have a good selection, and they also offer like orange wines, natural wines, and even wine geese, something I've never heard before, but it's only served by the bottle. So I got myself here some Argentinian Malbec. So 2 more dishes just came here, and I'm so excited. So one is their shiitake mushroom and tofu dumpling. This is one of their most popular items, I think. Initially I wasn't thinking to order it, but then the server also highly recommended it, so I'm excited. That is really good. I'm so glad I ordered it. The combination is so delicious. So the sauce is actually a miso Sichuan vinegar. So it has that amazing mix of like umami from the miso, spiciness from the Sichuan, and then sour from the vinegar. Such a flavor bomb. And this beauty right here is the lamb belly skewer. This is the one I was so excited about. So I actually marinated with treacle so that there's some sweetness. There's also a tamarind glaze for the tart, and then there's bell as well. So tender. And then the layers in between have some crispiness to it. I also love that you can see the layers. It kind of reminds me of that lamb dish I had in Turk Fatty Tutak in Istanbul. Then I'm gonna try what this is. It kind of tastes like hummus, like a smoky hummus. Very good. So let me try that on the lamb. So for my main, I got here the pan-fried turbot, and it comes with a roasted tomato dashi broth, which looks really good. And it also comes with grilled corn. Excited to try. Let's try the broth first. Okay, you get the umami from the dashi. There's some tanginess from the tomato, but it's not too like in your face with the sourness. And I think it's because they roasted it. Then I'm gonna try the corn. It is such a sweet corn, and I love the grill. So I'm gonna cut through the fish. It looks flaky. Tastes very fresh. And it's pan-fried perfectly, so the sides are golden brown, still kind of crispy, but inside it's moist and flaky. And now I have a bit of everything here, so I have the fish, the corn, the cashew cream, and the broth. Let's try. It's a flavor explosion, and even the texture, like the liquid, the creaminess from the cashew cream, and the chew from the fish, so good. So for dessert, I got the milk chocolate ice cream. What's interesting is it has miso, buckwheat, and mandarin granita. Let's try. Nice and crispy. The mandarin granita. That's refreshing. Ice cream. The texture is very nice, and especially the consistency. Even though it's milk chocolate, it's not that sweet. And there's something at the bottom as well. There's something like thicker. I'm not sure what's in the bottom, but it's tasty. It's like a thicker, more flavorful, caramelly tasting like ice cream. But once you mix everything, there's you get the tart from the granita and the sweetness of the ice cream. It's very tasty with and then you get the crunch from this. Hey guys, so I am checked in at the Park House Hotel. It's a very beautiful Victorian style hotel, very elegant, very charming, and it's a 4-star hotel that's conveniently located in the city center. Only a few minutes walk from the bus station, which was perfect for me since I took the bus, and it's also right at Irish Square, very convenient. And the room is so nice and spacious. Wow, this room is massive. Look at this cabinet. So there's a safe here. Here we have bathrobes. There's like a living room area. Wow. Very beautiful. And the washroom here. Very interesting that the shower is not fully closed. Hey guys, so I'm here having breakfast at Park House Hotel. There's two parts to their breakfast. One is the cold breakfast, where it's like a buffet section where you can get cereal, milk, Irish yogurt, and then there's a bunch of pastries like croissants and stuff like that. And the other section is the hot breakfast, where you can get like traditional Irish breakfast, grilled fish, which is something I didn't see in other breakfast places I tried during my stays in the hotels, so that's awesome. And there's also like different types of eggs you can choose from, and there's also American style pancakes plus ham and cheese if you want that. So I got myself here Irish yogurt. I like the three options to it. You get your normal yogurt, you get strawberry yogurt, and there's also raspberry yogurt. And For my hot breakfast, I got the traditional Irish breakfast. So it comes with grilled bacon, sausage, tomato, and you get your choice of like fried egg, poached egg, or scrambled egg. So there's also supposed to be like white and black pudding. I guess it's something they normally eat for breakfast. And then toasty, they call toast toasty here, so this is it. One thing I love for the hot breakfast, they have grilled kipper or fish of the day. So I did the fish of the day the other day and it was grilled plaice. So this time I tried the grilled kipper instead. So this is actually like smoked herring and then grilled, and I can't wait to try it. It's a little smoky and salty because of the smoke, but it's very tasty. And I love that it's been grilled after. I recommend getting this with the egg and the toast so that it balances out the saltiness. Hey guys, I am here in Irish Square. It's a public park in Galway, but what's also great is it's very nearby the shopping areas. Like there's a shopping mall nearby, but there's also a lot of the pedestrian streets that are full of like restaurants and shopping. Plus my hotel is very near here. Loving all the random alleyways you see here. Each one has its own like charm. So right here we're at the popular Latin Quarter of Galway. This is where you see all the restaurants and pubs and like a lot of shopping in a one pedestrian friendly area. So much nightlife here. It's a popular hotspot among tourists and locals alike. You know the Ed Sheeran song called I Found Her. I am here outside our meeting spot for a food tour. I'm doing the Galway food tour, which is a 2.5-hour culinary walking tour. We're visiting some of the best places for food and drinks and meeting the people along the way and learning about Galway's history and what makes it special. So our first stop is coffee at Little Lane Coffee Company. So from what I learned, they can't grow coffee in Ireland because of the climate and stuff. So they normally source their beans. But nowadays Ireland is growing in like roasting coffee. And Little Lane is one of the 5 roasters here in Galway. And they are one of the 9 specialty coffee shops. After some coffee, it's time for some food. So we're doing a croissant and some truffles. Our third stop, we are back at McCambridge's, which is the initial starting point, and we're here to do some Irish spirits tasting paired with some cheese and charcuterie. So we were trying a 3-year Irish whiskey, an Irish poutine, which is not the Canadian poutine that you're thinking of, but this one is Irish moonshine. And then the third one was a distilled apple cider brandy, which is kind of unique. And it was paired with cheese and charcuterie. And surprisingly, we also tried some sushi, which is kind of interesting to try in Ireland and in Galway specifically. It's unique because they gave turnip maki and smoked mackerel maki, which is not something you would commonly find outside. But because they said sushi is such a unique or exotic concept in Ireland, they had to find a way to make it more approachable to Irish people, and that's why they did it that way. So our next stop is Niachtin, which is a very traditional Irish pub. And here we have a huge lunch of like mussels, lamb kofte, a piece of oyster, and some Irish bread. And we also got to try some Irish beer. That's not Guinness, it's a bulletproof IPA. Hey guys, so I found me some friends from Vancouver here. And what are your names?
Marvin and Carolyn.
Marvin and Caroline from Vancouver. And surprisingly, Marv here doesn't eat seafood, but he attempted his first oyster.
How was it?
It was good.
And the beer and whiskey helped. So our next stop is Ein, opened by a Michelin star chef. Such amazing tapas dishes. The first one we tried was the squid toast, and second is a olive dish with anchovy and pickled pepper. And Ein itself is a Michelin Guide recommended restaurant, and those two dishes, so good. Flavor explosions in both one. Amazing. Highly recommend checking it out even if you're not doing the food tour. Our last stop is dessert. This is the Dingle Gin ice cream. Oh my god. That's really good. Not too sweet. You get a really nice gin taste, but not the strong juniper taste. It's like nice and floral and junipery. Chocolate whiskey. So I got here the Dingle Gin. It was my favorite out of the 4 that I tried. So when you do the Galway food tours, you get some of these stickers that you can redeem for either 10% off, for example at Truffle where we had the chocolate, but you can also get free donuts from Boy Chick Donuts. So I got the goods, freshly made. I can't wait to try. Wow, it is so soft. I did not expect that. When I bit into it, it's not like the doughy kind of donuts. This one just kind of melts when you bite into it. So good. Crispy on the outside, soft and pillowy on the inside. I love that the sugar and stuff isn't that sweet actually. So good. Let's check out the Galway Cathedral. Hey guys, so I am here at Kai Restaurant. I'm very excited this is one of the best restaurants here in Galway. Even our tour guide during the Galway food tour said this is one of their favorites. In fact, when they had their team lunch or dinner at Galway food tours, they unanimously decided to come eat here. This is a Michelin recommended restaurant, but also a Green Star restaurant, so you know that they have a strong focus on sustainability and local. The ambience here is very cozy. It feels like you're in some lodge, and Kai actually stands for food in Maori because Chef Jess is actually from New Zealand, and I'll get to meet her to do an interview. So that's an exclusive right here.
I started in 2010. It's 13 years trading as a small restaurant that I started with my husband. So I cook and my husband works front of house.
Okay.
We have a green Michelin star, and we also really value local suppliers.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. I think what makes Galway food scene so special is that all of us individually own our restaurants. So, you know, we're little people with big ideas. We all support each other. So I think that makes our network super special. You know, there's no corporate like chains or anything like that. I mean, there is, you know, some, but, you know, we support each other with staff, or if we find somebody, say you start making goat cheese, and I'll be like, hey, I found this cool guy, he's making goat cheese, you know, you should support him, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Okay.
I moved to Dublin, and I was working in a 2 Michelin star in Dublin, and I saw a beach on television one day, and I just thought, where is that? And they were like, oh, that's the West of Ireland. So I was like, you know what, I think I'd really like to move there. So, and I did. So I've been here for 22 years. Irish cuisine is like, I've never doubted Irish cuisine, you know, like obviously like people talk about, you know, some people say there's more to Irish cuisine than potatoes, but like I love potatoes, so I don't care. But I mean, it's just evolved, you know, like I'm from New Zealand, so I put my own twist on things, and you know, a lot of us aren't from Galway, I think, which makes it special as well. A lot of us are from different counties, or you know, like with different countries, so you know, like we've really put a modern twist.
Okay.
You know, like we have a 2 Michelin star in West Cork, run, you know, owned by a Turkish guy, and he's doing our beautiful Irish ingredients with a Turkish influence. It's stunning. Well, it's a mix on my style, because I mean, I left New Zealand in '99, and I lived in the UK, and then Australia, and then obviously in Ireland. So it's just a mix of like my style. Like flavour is everything. Flavour is key for me. You know, presentation, it's always nice to have presentation, but flavour is absolutely everything.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's a shame sometimes with the onset of like social media, some restaurants tend to focus on the visual more than the taste.
Oh,
but
100%,
yeah.
you know, like, and then, you know, everybody is like, especially the influencer, you know, like people take photos of your food, and it's never a fair representation of the environment. You sitting down, you relaxing, you know, and me just feeding you know, which it should be, you know.
Yeah. What should I try?
I would, because the native oysters, because they've just come into season,
Okay.
I would go for the native oysters, because they're with the blackberry mignonette, which is beautiful. I mean, the Connemara crab came in off the boat today.
Okay.
So from the Aran Islands. So you cannot get fresher fish than that.
Okay.
The halibut ceviche is a wild halibut ceviche that's with a Bloody Mary kind of gazpacho dressing. Obviously West of Ireland, fish, you know, which I love. But yeah, I mean, the pork chop is absolutely stunning. The mudfish with the mussels is fantastic. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just wrote this menu today, because we write this menu every night at like probably 5:45. You know, it's really hard to pinpoint, what should I have, or what's good? It's all good, because it's all been coming in today, you know. We'll probably like, because we cook on fire, we cook on like a big like fire grill. I'd say the pork chop, because it's like so thick, and you know, like, you know, that's why my face is red. It's like I'm like constantly in the fire, you know. Yeah.
So here I have an orange wine from Austria. It's a 2023 Mainklang Farm Mulatzka. Cheers! I'm so excited. So this is the Connemara crab. As chef said, this was just freshly caught today, and now they're serving it. So it's a fresh, sweet plate kind of dish. So there's kohlrabi here and roe. Let's try. That's so fresh. The kohlrabi brings out some freshness to it, and some crunch, and you get the saltiness from the roe. Amazing. This here is the Kelly native oyster. Look at this presentation. I'm trying as many oyster types from Ireland that I can try. So excited. It looks so beautiful. So there's blackberry mignonette. So fresh, and the blackberry just adds that extra tart to like balance out the brininess. So I have here the Andal pork chop, and look how massive this is. I got very interested into it after Chef Jess said she recommends this, and this is cooked in the live fire. It sounded very interesting. It's huge and it looks delicious. So there's apple crema here, and there's parsnip and fennel as well. Let's do the cutting test. That is very tender. Oh my gosh. The fact that I can just bite into it and it kind of melts. Oh my gosh, so good. The apple crema is also nice. Like, it's not overly sweet. It's like a nice hint of apple sweetness. It's not like too liquidy. It's a nice cream. And then I also like that they added some like pork rind bits. Crispy. So good. This dish is so nice and comforting because it's been like cold and rainy sunny outside, so perfect for tonight. So for the side, I also got myself the connect potatoes with Brabus aioli. Let's try it. Oh, it feels very crispy when I poke it. Very crispy. I love how normally when you have quarters, the inside isn't that good anymore, even though the sides are good. This one is like very tasty inside, and all sides are like nice and crispy. I normally wouldn't think to get pork chop when there's steak on the menu, but I'm so glad Chef just brought that up when I was doing the interview. It is such a delicious pork chop. So for dessert, I got the chocolate olive oil mousse with almond brittle and plum. Let's try. So rich and creamy. I don't taste the olive oil so much, like very, very subtle, but the mousse itself is so good. Almond brittle. I can eat a lot of this on its own, so good. Let's try the plum. Okay, this is interesting. So there's actually olive oil here, and there's rosemary as well. So I think that's what they did. That's where the olive oil went. Right behind me here is the Spanish Arch. And right next to the Spanish Arch is the Galway City Museum. Let's check it out. This is a free attraction that showcases the city of Galway steeped in history and surrounded by stone. Here inside Itinerary restaurant. I am so excited because I've met Chef JP already when he visited Toronto for Tourism Ireland events. So I am so excited to finally be here in Galway to try his restaurant. So Anier means the west, and everything that they're serving tonight comes from the west part of Ireland. And not just the food, but everything you see apparently. So all the tables, all the cutlery, kitchenware and stuff like that, all are made in the West. So this is a 24-course tasting menu. I'm so excited. It's like modern techniques to Irish cuisine. For this video, I'm only putting a condensed version. I will have a separate dedicated video for Anier, which I will link here once it's published. Or better yet, just subscribe so you get notified on my next video. I am here at the University of Galway. I saw that you can visit their quadrangle, which is very beautiful, so I can't wait to check it out. This is the quadrangle. It's so beautiful. It's like you're inside the castle square. For some reason, this really reminded me of being in Hogwarts. What do you think? Hey guys, let me show you what it's like to dine at the latest Michelin recommended restaurant here in Galway. So I am here inside Darab Wine Bar. It's a nice, intimate and cozy wine bar. They're known for like tapas style eats, so like I love that there's different sections like snacks, cold, hot, and then cheese and charcuterie and then desserts. and they said expect around like 3 dishes per person for like a proper meal because it is like a smaller tapas portion. So after ordering my dishes, I basically chose mostly seafood based on the owner's recommendation, and he's also the sommelier. So I did tell him to just like pair a wine based on the dishes I had. So this first wine is a Hungarian wine called Bocst. So it's very crisp, some minerality. This is such a crisp and refreshing wine. And like you get the minerality, but it's not too strong and it's not too sweet as well. So I'm starting off here with the soft shell crab tempura and wasabi emulsion. Every time I see soft shell crab on the menu, I gravitate towards it because I love it so much. I'm excited. They actually give the full crab. It is so juicy, perfectly crispy. I normally like wasabi in general, but this one is not like in your face wasabi hitting you. It has a bit of spicy kick, but it's a nice saucy cream that goes with the tempura. So this here is the kingfish crudo with sesame emulsion and yuzu, and I see some microgreens and some flower petals as well. This was a must-try that the owner told me, so I'm very excited. Even though he didn't say it's a must-try, this was also in my own radar to order when I saw it on the menu. Oh my god, this is so good. Must try. The fish is so fresh and tender. It kind of just melts when you eat it. The yuzu is not overpowering, just the perfect amount, and the sesame adds that umami. So good. I actually like this more than the soft shell crab tempura. You have to try this. So the next white wine I have here is from Galicia, Spain, and it's a Loro de Bolo by Rafael Palacios. It's an Albarino. So the staff here are very knowledgeable about wines, very passionate. Even the one who served me this wine said that she actually went to the vineyards to taste the wine, and that's how they ended up serving it here. But she also asked the owner or winemaker if she can like volunteer and help out with the vineyards, and she got rejected because the owner only wanted people with like 10 years experience in vineyards. So excited. So I have here the scallop dish, another must try according to the owner, but also another dish I would normally order to begin with. So what's interesting is it comes with surf clam, and they said it's marinated in bonito vinegar, so you get that sweet tangy flavor. And then there's also a lovage foam and oils here. I'm not exactly sure what lovage is, so I'm curious to try. So I'll try the foam first. Oh, it's actually very flavorful. It's like herby, but not too herby. It's very, very savory. Like you get an umami taste. Let's try the surf clam. Wow, there is some sweetness because of the bonito vinegar. You actually don't taste the vinegar that much. It's mostly like bonito flavor. It's so good. Now let's try the scallop. So good. Perfectly grilled. You actually taste the grill taste as well. Nicely charred. Very, very fresh and flavorful. Highly recommend this dish. And again, that lovage oil and foam, amazing. So I have here the maitake mushrooms with confit egg yolk and sunflower seeds. This is another dish that came recommended by the owner, so I'm excited to try it. Because I also love maitake mushrooms. The mushrooms are so good. It's a little saltier, but the wine helps washes it out. The egg yolk adds that like extra layer of like creaminess and that layer of viscosity while you're eating the mushrooms. So for dessert, I got here the baba with limoncello and macerated strawberries. Let's try. I'm gonna try the baba first. So good. You actually get a refreshing taste of the limoncello. So good. I've only had rum baba so far, so this limoncello baba is very refreshing. Actually, personally, I think I like this more than the rum baba. Every year in September, the Galway International Seafood and Oyster Festival takes place. This is a 3-day festival celebrating delicious food and drinks and the Irish and maritime culture here in Galway. This here is the festival marquee tent for the Oyster Festival, and it's right at the Nemo's Pier, and this is where all the festival events will be taking place. The Latin Quarter is so bustling during the Oyster Festival, and some of the restaurants actually have set up shops, so they're shucking fresh oysters right on the streets or like right outside the restaurant. And I think some of the restaurants also have specific meals for the festival. So I am now here at the festival marquee for opening night. It is such a beautiful spot here right by the water. So these are the Kelly native oysters that I've tried in some of the restaurants like Kai and I believe Anir as well. Guys, so I am back at the festival marquee tent. This time I'm checking out the World Oyster Opening Championships. Guys, I met a new friend from Florida and
we're delighted to have Liam Stook and hands in the air. Oh yay!
oh, yay!
On the second day of what is the 70th edition of the Galway International Oyster and Seafood Festival, I just want to wish you all the very, very best. I want to encourage you to go hard as quick as you can, eat as many oysters as you can, and really, really enjoy your afternoon with us. Make memories, make friends, and we hope to see you all again. And I want to wish the competitors this afternoon every good wish in the World Championship, Oyster Opening Championship, and thank you all for being with us. Thanks for all the representatives of all the different countries.
Hey Patrick, look who I ran into. Patrick. Hey Patrick, look who I found. You were enjoying the festival. Hey guys, so I am back at the Festival Marquee to do the Party of Champions. And that's a wrap with me and Ireland. I hope this gives you an idea on some of the best things to do and culinary experiences in Ireland that you can do for 7 days. In the meantime, if you like these kinds of videos, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe and watch this next video right here.